Hi, I'm Michelle Ammerman from IRPS, and this year I was fortunate to be able to use COVID-19 to my benefit and to finish a project that I had worked on for some time. I completed and had a book published. That book is called I Can Finally See, and it's the story of Mr. James Stone. James is a successful man living in Charlotte, North Carolina. And he has seen and experienced the world through a lens that is often painful, heartbreaking, and terrifying. His vision reflects his view of a world in which racism is a still ever-present foe. So for my talent today, I'm going to read a few words from I Can Finally See. This is where James is recounting a story to his friend Maggie. I will never understand it. What's that, Moz? I replied in my casual and ever-arrogant teenage boy approach, as if I was surely about to receive a daily weather report or another complaint about my driving, parking, clothes, or my bad haircut. I supposed that many 19-year-old kids spoke to their mother this way and were dismissive when she said words like this. I will never understand how someone can look at you, look right through you, as if you aren't there and you don't exist. That a person can hate you and define you without knowing anything about you, and can think that you are less based on one simple thing about you, a thing that you don't control and didn't choose. As those words spilled from my mother's trembling lips, all of the air left her body in one huge outbreath, and I could hear torment and agony in her voice that told me that she was heartbroken. But it wasn't a new injury. It was a scar left upon her heart and mind. She had been enduring these affronts for years, like a stabbed wound in which the person holding the knife keeps twisting the blade repeatedly in order to achieve a more painful result and a deeper cut. And once again, for what probably felt like the millionth time, it had transpired once more. The grocery store that she had just entered for a jug of milk and a loaf of bread had left another battle wound, and one more scar to add to the hundreds of those already hidden. They look at you for just a moment, and they think they know who you are. They judge you, and they spit on you. They dispose of you like you are yesterday's trash. My mother was always my angel. I held her up so high on a pedestal that she couldn't have touched the ground if she tried. She had done everything for me, loved me, educated me, driven me, accepted me, cared for me, and guided me. But she was hurting, and I couldn't do for her what she had done for me. I couldn't protect her. I couldn't shield her. I could only listen. I could only try and discover some rational understanding of the lasting and irrational actions directed towards her. This sweet, caring woman who had never hurt anyone or anything had a target on her, and that target was the color of her skin. As James spoke of his mother, there was a reverent tenderness in his words, as if she was a divine being and he was sent to earth to reveal her truth and wisdom. Maggie, I can say to you in all truthfulness, we drove home in complete silence, and I glanced at her and observed tears as they would quietly cascade from her russet eyes and down her dusky cheeks. She was wearing a dark curly wig with a head wrap, plain brown lace-up shoes, and that same tan house dress that I had seen her wear 1,000 times before. Nothing about her was threatening or could even be construed that way. As her son, her only child, I didn't know what had just occurred in that unpretentious hometown grocery store, but those spoken sentiments in all of their truth would continually reveal themselves to me. I would reflect on them often in the coming years as I found myself in similar circumstances, and as I was looked through and not at. I would reflect on them when I was hated for something that I didn't control or choose, but something that is very much an inescapable part of me. Thank you.